But I think that identifying a trigger is something that we're really big on at the moment with our team, is like you kind of really got to figure out what's actually causing their issue, because yes, you can clear it and they leave and they feel better, but if you haven't given them any insight into what's actually caused it in their week or in their day, if they're a tradie and it's the way they're using their nail gun, or if they're a kindergarten teacher and they're picking up kids a certain way and you haven't really taught them proper ergonomics and things like that, you know, they might be jacking up or revving up one part of their body, and just a little simple ergonomic assessment or a change in activation of a muscle. Hey guys, Aaron and Jason here from MMT. It's that time of year again. Jason's done his calf.
It's been a while. It's been 12 months.
Oh, it's been 12 months, yeah. So it's right on cue, annual calf.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, I felt it last Thursday, so just over a week ago. And I first thought it was sort of this junction point and probably more lateral. So when I was at footy training, running around. And then it's been a week and I tried to just do some light running yesterday. And now it sort of feels a bit more probably medial and coming down this way. So it just feels like a little sort of grabbing, sort of pulling sensation.
Let's fix you up.
Massive amount of pain.
But you need a good session through it, do you? You need some thorough work done.
I had some treatment through there on Wednesday from Nina.
Yep.
But that was, pretty heavy with sort of, she was using an elbow, but I feel like maybe some
Needs some more delicate work, but really precise. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll go through an exploration. Also releasing MMT's very own Budgie Smugglers.
Hey.
They're an Aussie Speedo company. So we're going to be wearing these religiously on our Patreon channel. They're actually really comfy too. They're a very big adjustment for us. We're not used to wearing the old nut huggers. We used to wear them briefs. So this is the first day we worn them. So that's a little sneak preview over there. But if you want to go and watch more of them, head over to old Patreono, eh?
Patreono, as Ninja would say.
It's our Spanish Patreon channel. All right, so we might just start with our kind of classic money spot, or we'll try and just find something relevant to Jace. So, like if I start in here, Jace, where would you
So, like,
direct me
it feels
from
both
here?
ways to me. Like, I was doing a little bit of foam rolling last night after I sort of felt it a bit running. And I felt like there's a line that sort of runs up more on the outside of my calf, but there is where it starts, and then from there it feels like you could go medial or lateral and find something.
And find some good stuff. All right, well, I'll just park on that. Jace historically doesn't really receive calf treatment too well as well, so you kind of can't go too deep with him because he just cramps. So when you have a person that cramps a lot on the table, that's where you've got to go even lighter. Because you don't want them to cramp, it kind of stuffs up the treatment and just isn't the best experience for them. So just, I guess, reading their signs, reading their cues, when they're toe tapping, they're struggling, the breath changes, that's when you kind of want to maybe back off a little bit or choose a different spot. Because if they cramp, it's just such a big contraction in that spot that it kind of just loses that effectiveness that you're putting into it. So I'm just working this calf money spot here, which is right at the junction between the gastrocs and the soleus. How's that feeling in there?
Yeah, that feels good. I feel like even a slight bit higher.
I just started shifting up a little bit.
Yeah, just as you shifted up.
There,
and then, from there it could be even a bit higher.
Yeah, cool.
A bit more medial, but also lateral,
just everywhere.
Yeah.
So this is the cool thing about you don't know until you get in. You can do all the assessment in the world, but until you get your hands on them, you kind of don't know what the tissue feels like, and then they can't dictate back to you what they're thinking as well, because they got to feel it to know where it is as well. You all right?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's that good level of pressure.
Yeah, cool. Now, do you feel like you want me to start taking that down as well? Maybe start moving a little bit? Yep. So now that we've sunk in there, now we can kind of start our journey going down and tracing, and you just let me know if it gets too much, yeah?
Yep, no, it's good. It's just that level. I'm trying to also keep it relaxed because I know sometimes I jump the gun in my own head.
Tense it up a little bit, yeah, for sure. But we just got to clear this well, just so Jace can get back on the park and actually use this calf again. But we probably need to go to the drawing board as well and figure out maybe a strategy for next summer, and even coming out of this calf as well. Like, identify the trigger is a word we're using a lot with our team at the moment, of got to figure out what's actually causing this. Figure out, is it the change of the ground changing? The ground's hard over summer. Is it a change of shoe? Is it maybe not doing enough specific calf strengthening stuff, considering there's been a bit of a pattern of couple of years now in a row of doing calf strange. So yeah.
It does tend to, like, because it was similar time last preseason, and I was thinking like maybe it is footwear, because like I go from playing the footy season, then I go into like obviously our barefoot sprints because I'm not worried about games anymore, and then doing more strengthening stuff, and then so I probably don't wear shoes from September until back at the start of the year when preseason kicks back again in January.
Right.
And I feel like that whole time when I'm doing barefoot sprints, like my calves are always a little bit tight in the warm up, but then after that they're fine. But whenever I've felt a calf, it's always been when I've had shoes on. I've never done one when I've had just been doing the barefoot sprints.
So when you go back to training after January, is that when you put shoes back on for the first time, pretty much?
Normally, yeah.
Or kind of, well, that would have to be it, wouldn't it?
I'd think so. Like this year I changed shoes. I went to more ultras because they're more of a zero drop, but they're still a bit more rigid, so I don't know whether that still plays a bit of a factor.
Maybe what you could do is maybe in the off season before Christmas when you're doing sprints, maybe you need to go on a couple of runs in some shoes as well, just so you don't lose that.
Yeah, because I
feel.
probably do more my conditioning stuff. Like even if I do an extra running session, it's more like the Jards or longer distance pyramids.
And it's still
I still do
barefoot,
barefoot,
isn't it?
so maybe if I introduce a bit of shoes there. But I also don't do a lot of targeted strength work on my calves. So yes, they're incorporated in some of the exercises we do, and obviously barefoot sprints, but I don't do specific calf stuff. So I was wondering maybe I need to go more down the strengthening phase of the calf.
But if you think about the trigger though, it's generally footwear, isn't it? So, and your calves aren't small, you know, like it's not like they're underdeveloped compared to the rest of your body, but we could look at that too, eh? You could kind of hit it from two different angles.
Yeah.
But I think that identifying a trigger is something that we're really big on at the moment with our team, is like you kind of really got to figure out what's actually causing their issue, because yes, you can clear it and they leave and they feel better, but if you haven't given them any insight into what's actually caused it in their week or in their day, if they're a tradie and it's the way they're using their nail gun, or if they're a kindergarten teacher and they're picking up kids a certain way and you haven't really taught them proper ergonomics and things like that, you know, they might be jacking up or revving up one part of their body. And just a little simple ergonomic assessment or a change in activation of a muscle and even just teaching the right motor patterns. You know, sometimes people don't realize that you got to incorporate the larger muscle structures when you're doing things like picking up awkward objects. You know, try and get the big muscles to be firing rather than, I guess, utilizing just little tiny, smaller muscles that are more stabilizers. And that's why people can, you know, hurt wrists and shoulders and forearms and things like that. So yeah, just going that extra distance as a practitioner is really important when you're a body worker, you know what I mean? Yes, very much people coming to see you for hands-on stuff, but it doesn't mean that you don't want to investigate as well, because that'll make you really buff out your offering. And that's what we teach in our course, our Bodywork course. We really want body workers to see themselves as holistic practitioners, not just body workers. So, you know, assess, don't guess. Yes, your hands-on skills are going to be elite, but what about identifying the trigger, corrective exercise, lifestyle advice? So it kind of goes on to, you know, how you're holding yourself as well with your life, and are you doing all these little 1%ers that are going to help your clients because you've gone through it. Good in there, Jace?
That's good, yeah. Yeah. It initially felt like, but then it calmed down straight away. That last spot, yeah.
Might just do a little bit of work into the Achilles as well. Just offload that tendon, see if that's necessary for you at the moment too, man. I know you probably haven't felt too much in here, have you?
No, but I did, going back probably 2-3 years ago, had some Achilles stuff. But yeah, I haven't had any issues down there for, a few years now.
Real good twitch in the calf then.
Yeah, just as you get to the end of that sort of tendon and the musculotendinous junction is probably a little bit there.
Yeah, that's where you get heaps of twitches. There's some really cool stuff going on up here. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Heaps.
Oh, yeah.
Have a look over here too. This medial side was going nuts then.
Oh yeah, up that medial line. That's sort of that line of where I felt it yesterday, where more the first time was probably more lateral.
Okay. More in here.
Yeah. And then as you're getting up, oh yeah. Oh.
You're right, you're
yeah,
right.
no, that's good. Just adjusting to the initial pressure.
Let's get some point of view stuff, I reckon. Too,
Oh.
over my shoulder. Just as a body worker, you know, you can be here, but if you want to put pressure on, you can get your centre of mass over the top of it, and that's it. You're
good.
easier able to push in harder there.
Yeah, that last spot you just sort of rolled more towards the medial line.
That feels real ropey.
Yeah. Oh, what's that?
What have we got here, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, I've lost track of where you are.
I'm just at the kind of midpoint between the Achilles and the soleus junction there, or the money spot.
Yeah.
Feels really
Ropey?
not even ropey, just dense, eh?
Yeah, that's what I was sort of foam rolling last night. I was trying to hit that spot, but I couldn't get enough pressure in there. Oh, it's good though.
Feels good there. Kind of wonder if even like a little forearm stroke in there will be good. Just let me know, bro.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You're all good?
Yeah, so far. Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
Keep breathing.
Yeah, just above where you are, I reckon it's going to be good. Oh.
Good, man. Keep breathing. Going slow. Sometimes as a body worker, you can't force it. You just got to wait for his muscles to let me in. Show you the path, we say. Good. I'm slowly edging.
Oh, yeah, it's backed off there. And then you're coming up to a new spot.
Good, man. Good pressure.
Yeah, it's good. It's like that broad pressure feels really good. Doesn't feel like it's too intense. And yeah, like you said, the sort of waiting for my body to allow you to move up. Sometimes it's when people are trying to sort of push through like this is when I get that cramp.
Yeah.
But when I can sort of just sit there and you have time, it chills out. Oh, there's a little bit coming up, just that bit higher. Yeah. Oh.
You good?
Yep. Oh.
Good.
Oh, it feels good now.
Got through it?
Yeah.
We'll come out of that now, okay?
Oh.
One more. You mentioned the medial part in here. Like, I kind of think sometimes people have this ropiness, like in this line. But is there anything there for you?
Yeah, there. Oh, that
Feel
rope.
that?
Yeah, that's what I was also feeling myself. Oh. That one's not too bad.
It's not as much up in there as it is. It's really
There.
dense down low.
Yeah. Oh.
So you can see that, Leo. So double thumb technique. I've used it all this video, but it's something that's until your thumbs kind of strengthen and you can hold one in there. But sometimes in the calf, one can even feel a bit pinpoint. So if you double thumb it, you still get a deep treatment, but it's just a little bit broader. You good, Jace?
Yep. Oh, that's good. Just hot. That almost feels like that, like Achilles sort of pain that I used to have years ago, yeah.
That's pretty high, much higher, or is it shooting down into the Achilles?
Nah, it just feels like that, like what I used to feel like when I had it.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That same sort of sensation. Oh. Oh.
All right, finish off with one more calf. Achilles stroke. Just going straight up. Just a nice little flush.
Yeah, that one felt alright.
It's crazy how much your calf twitches when I do
Ooh.
the Achilles.
Yeah.
Just give it a little bit of a mobe as well. Achilles moving pretty good. Done, brother.
Thank you.
There's a comprehensive calf treatment, so we'll keep you updated on how Jace is going. But we've got to go back to the drawing board. If it was a real, it is a real treatment, we've got to kind of troubleshoot next season what our plan is after the break, and so this doesn't happen again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. That's good.
That's all right.